Hello everyone and Assalamualaikum. So for today I will be presenting a cloud infrastructure mini project which entitled Web-based Census Form by me, Muhammad Nabil bin Muhammad Helmi. My matrix number is 221302397 and I'm a student from UR 652-3009 Electronic Network Design. So let's get into it. So firstly for the content, we have introduction, problems that we face, situation, project demo, project setup, and conclusion. So for the introductions, this project is designed to record and store the data from people in a town in Taman Ira and is called the web-based census form. This project aims to collect every single data from people who live in a town that will be censused by a certain government. I will go through all the important details step by step and the procedure to able to complete and make this project a working web-based project using the AWS services. So let's say a situation where traditional versus web-based census form. So for the traditional census method, the government prints thousands of physical census forms and distributes them through local census offices. Enumerator visit household door to door collecting information manually. Citizens face difficulty due to language barriers, lack of ability, or lost forms. Enumerators struggle with illegible handwriting, missing information, and data entry errors. Once collected, the data is manually entered into a system, causing delays of months before analysis is possible. So what makes it different from web-based census method is citizens receive an official notification to complete the census form online via a secure government portal. The form includes multi-language support, accessibility features, and real-time validations to ensure accuracy. Data is automatically stored and analyzed in real time, reducing errors and delays. Enumerators focus on assisting people with limited internet access rather than manual data collection. The government gains real-time insights into population demographic, allowing faster decision making. So, the problems that can be highlighted is that efficiency and errors. Traditional paper-based census methods are time-consuming, costly, and prone to human errors, making data collection and processing inefficient. The second one is limited accessibility. Many citizens, especially in remote areas or with disabilities, face difficulty accessing census office or filling out physical forms, leading to incomplete data. So for the last one is the security and real-time insights. Manual data handling delays decision making, and online data collection raise security and privacy concerns that need robust encryption and authentication measures. Moving on. So what are the solutions? Intuitive, structured, and secure system for census submission. Integration with AWS services ensures scalability and reliability. A structured database to store and manage census efficiently. So now I will be showing the project demo for all of you. So for the demo, I will be showing how to access the form and what to fill once you already enter the form. So first of all, you will be given the link such as this link. So this is the link, census form. Okay, now we click enter. So this is the main page that we will be filling our information, or any people from a town in Taman Ira will fill their information for the census. So census for Taman Ira. First of all, let's fill the full name. So let's fill in the phone number. And the email. and then the home address. So once the user or we've already fill in the information, we just click on submit, and then the data that the user or we've already filled will be recorded, and this message will be shown. Thank you for your cooperation, and your data has been recorded. So that's all the demo of this project, and the project runs smoothly with and the objective is achieved. Okay, that is the demo for the project. So the next one, I will be showing how I managed to set up the project in order to achieve its objective. So for this section, I will be showing how to set up the project by using the AWS services in this AWS cloud service. So first of all, this project uses three main services from AWS, which is the IAM, the database, and AWS Compute. So first of all, to begin setting up this project, of course we need to create an account. So for this project, me and my friend shares the same account. So we share a couple of three people. So we use for the cost we use around RM1, 1.5 ringgit each. So it's around 5 ringgit, I think. So we share. So this is my friend account, but we can use the multiple session user. So first of all, to begin, we will set up the IAM. So search IAM in the search box. So click on the IAM. So what we do in IAM, we will create roles. So select roles. So for this project, I already created my roles, which is nabil.lambda. So if you want to create a new roles, just click on create roles. And then there are three steps that you must follow in order to create a role. So first one is select trusted entity. So there are 5 types of entities. So for this project, I will be using the AWS service. For the use case, I will be using the Lambda. And then click on next. And for this project, I will use two policy, which is the basic, is Lambda basic execution rule, and Dynamo. This one, Amazon Dynamo full, the DB full access. So there are two policy that will be used in this role. So let me show you this one. Okay. Okay, we click on next. So for role names, you can put any role names that you want. But in this project, I will be putting the Nabil dash Lambda. So it says that a role with this name already exists because I already created the role with this same name. So all this, so this is we can check that we select the permission policy summary is we select the Amazon DynamoDB full access and AWS Lambda basic execution role. So these are the two roles, two main policy in this role that I use, and then just click on create role. So for this time, I'm not going to click the create role because I already created. So show role leave, yes, continue. So we already done creating roles. So we will search for Dynamo to create a database, a new SQL database. So what we wanted to do in DynamoDB is that we want to create tables. So click on the left panel, click on tables. As you can see, these are my friends' tables because we share the same account. So this is my table. I already created this table. So if you wanted to create a new table, just click on create table on the right top right. So we can give it a name. So in this case, I just going to do the same, exactly the same as the rows. So I will put table table, and then for the partition key, for this project I use email as my partition key because email ID is the thing that makes it different. It's kind of primary key, I think. Yeah, same as the database that I used to study. And then for the table setting, we can choose either default setting or customized setting. For this project, I'm using only the default setting. So this is the summarized setting that we can check on. So you can add tag if you wanted to. So for this, I don't add tag and just click on create table, and the table will be created in DynamoDB. So for this, I'm going to leave because I already done created table. So if you click on this table, so we can, you can preview a lot of things in this table. So we have overview, indexes. We also can monitor, and we have alarms. But in this project, I don't use alarm. I just use CloudWatch. Uh, not that much. I just you need to manually use this CloudWatch. But for this, I didn't turn on the CloudWatch. So all this there is no data available. Okay, but the CloudWatch matrix is where to look for it is right here. It's just okay. So we already done creating table. So let's search for lambda. So what lambda do is that we will create a function. So as you can see, these are my friend's project. So this is mine. I already created my own function. So if you wanted to create a new project, so click on create function. And then these are the options that we have while creating function, which is author from scratch, use a blueprint or container image. For this project, I start with a simple hello world example. So I will select the author from sketch. So basic information for this is you can put any function name you want. So in this case, I use the Nabil Helmi function. For the runtime is the language. It's kind of a back end for the web base. What language you wanted to use as the back end as the function, because this function will help your web base to generate not generate it will function how to get data from the website, how to store it, where you will put. So this is the language. So for this project, I will be using the latest Python, which is 3.13. So for the architecture, I let it be default times 86 underscore 64. And for additional configurations, I let it be default. I don't take any of that. And for the execution rule, I click on a use an existing role. So select the existing role. So use Nabil dash lambda. So click on create function. So after a while, the function will be, if you refresh this, the function will be shown, which you created. So click on this function. So right here is where you will run your code. You will edit your code, or you wanted to add new code. So this is the place which is in the function, lambda functions. So for me, I already write this code in a different folder, which is I use Notepad++ as my place to write code. So for this is the lambda function, Python language, which is I use the get and post functions. So as you can see, get and post function. So this is the contact us. Now this is HTML, which is the front end of the web page, and also the success page. So this is the main page for the form that you see earlier in the demo that I show. So all this input, label, H2, everything to the header, like all this JavaScript for animation, coloring. Also, this is the success page, which say that the message that thank you for your cooperations, your data has been recorded. So this is the last page, which is the closure page. So what I did is that all these three files, Python, HTML, and HTML, I zip it. I put it in one .zip file, and then I just click on upload from zip file or Amazon S3. For this case, I use .zip file. So click on it, and you can select the zip file on the desktop that you created zip on. So in this case, this is in this folder. So for mini project web base, so this is the zip. This is zip. Just click on it and then open. So it will upload, and then you click on save. So it will automatically run, not run. It will show the file in the zip file. So the .python, .html, and .success. So you must click on deploy first in order to making sure that the file already uh, read by the AWS Lambda functions. So we already did our table earlier, so you need to put this insert into table, which is all the value that from the website will be inserted into the table that we created in DynamoDB. So this is crucial also. So for the rest is just the front end. Also, this is the front end also. So after that, after done with the function and source code, we will be moving on to the API gateway. So what is API gateway? It is where it is called a domain, or in database it's similar to the local hosts such as XAMPP, XAMPP. So I already learned that it's kind of similar. So this is kind of a domain or interface which connect your website to this AWS. So as you can see, this is my friend's project, and this is my API. I already created it. So if you wanted to create a new API, click on create API. So there's a lot of options to choose from. There's a lot of type of API. There's 4 to be exact. So for this case, I will be using, for my project, I will be using the REST API. So it works with Lambda, HTTP, and AWS service. So these 3 components, I already use it. And click on build. So there, you must, in order to create a REST API, you must select a lot of details. So first of all, I use the new API, and then for the API name, I put my name. So build API. For the description is optional. You can just put, if you want it to be different from the other, you can put your own description. So for API tag, I just keep it on regional. So then click on create API. So if you wait for a couple of seconds, the new API will be created, and then you click on the API. So you will be redirected to resource and a lot of other such as stage. So first of all, for the resource, notice that my code in the Lambda function, I use get and post. So in order to link this API gateway to the Lambda function, we must create a method. So first of all, this is the method that I already created, which is get method and post method. So integration type is Lambda. So let us create a new method. So this is the kind of method that you can see. We have HTTP AWS service, VPC link, and mark. So for this method, I will be choosing get, and there's supposed to be a get and a post type. So because I already created them both, so here the option is already taken. So you get my point. So if you does not create it yet, so it will be here. So click on get, and then integration tab, lambda function, and then you toggle this lambda proxy integration. Okay, and then for this you just choose your own ARN. So for this I choose mine because this is my function. So for the integration timeout, I set it to the maximum, which is 29,000 milliseconds, and then just click on method. So that the same process is repeated for the post type because we already created the get type. So in this two method, it will be put in this path. So this is the path where your stages will be created. If you click on deploy API, it will transfer you to the stages page. So it will prompt you to enter what your stage name is. So for my project, I put on census form. So where this census form name will be shown is in the census form that you created, which is right here. This is your stage name. If you put hello world on your stage name, so here will be hello world. So if you put anything else, so anything that you put will be here. So this is the stage name. This is what make different from the others. So yeah, in order to gain the URL, so we just hit on this under the stage detail is we have invoke URL. So this is the URL or link that will be given to people who wanted to, if you wanted to get a census from a small town, so you just copy this link and give the people in the town this link. So if the town have 100 people, you just distribute this link into their group, the group WhatsApp or so whatever, so they can access this link via online. So it is a very efficient way to census people in a small town, or you wanted to collect any data that is require a lot of if you use traditional way, it require a lot of paperwork and a lot of printed paper. So better use online or web-based. This web-based AWS service, it will help so much better. So that's it. How I set up all of this in order to make this web page run and fulfill its objective. So that is how I set up all the required services in the AWS to achieve the project's objective. So moving on is the conclusion. So the web-based census form project demonstrates a practical and efficient approach to census data collection through AWS services. By integrating API Gateway, Lambda, and DynamoDB, the project provides a scalable, secure, and cost-effective solution suitable for government census operations. The serverless architecture minimizes infrastructure management, allowing for seamless scalability and efficient resource utilization. So thank you all. Have a nice day and hope you all well. That's all from me. Thank you everyone.